Peace, love, knowledge, and freedom, and welcome to another exciting episode of the Just Seen Motherfucking Podcast. And today, as you've seen from the title, we're going to be talking about politics. And no, I'm not talking about politics from the basic perspective and the goofy perspective of just focusing on Democrats and Republicans. I'm well beyond that. I'm well beyond that, and I want to talk about politics from a higher perspective of. We're going to speak on it from the core of principles, and we're going to speak on it from the understanding of the etymology of all of the words involved with politics, right? And well, really not all. Well, all of them involved within the definition of politics, right? And the reason why I want to have this episode because in light of recent Epstein news, everybody's, going back and forth of, the list is out. What are you going to do? How are you going to act? All of this shit. And it's like, there's one name that is in the Epstein file that I feel personally supersedes all other names in this motherfucker. It's not Jay-Z, it's not Bill Gates, it's COVID. COVID was in the Epstein files. And I think because COVID was in the Epstein files, it carries a weight that I don't think anything else can fathom in this. Now, by no means, nigga, by no means am I saying that is more important than the children that are, being, eaten and all of this other shit. However, genocide, mass genocide and eugenics is one step above child trafficking. And I think it makes sense now why they would release why they would release the Epstein files knowing what was tied to it as far as the child trafficking, the human sacrifices and all of that shit, because on paper that supersedes getting a vaccination that led to genocide of humanity. You dig what I'm saying? Kids will always have a softer spot in the world. And I'm not undermining it and I'm not downplaying it and saying that what happened to the babies was wrong. I'm not in any way, shape, or form. That is fucked up. But to know that COVID is one step above that is the point that I'm trying to make. COVID, the entire process, COVID is one step above child trafficking, pedophilia, and human sacrifice. Because COVID was all of that. And it in so many regards, it made it possible. You feel what I'm saying? Because if we're talking about satanic rituals and we're talking about shit like that, it all tied in. So now it's like, well, what does politics have to do with this? And this is the first time that I've done this in a long time. Like, because, it's been a while since we had podcast episodes, but this is one of the first episodes in which I'm actively going to start it off with definitions. And then we're going to build on that. The first definition I'm going to use, and y'all know I don't fuck with just definitions. I use etymology. So the first one, we're going to actually break down politics. Politics, beyond Democrats and Republic. Politics etymologically means science and art of government. I'm going to say it one more time, a little slower. Politics is the science and art of government, right? So now, what we're going to also break down, we're going to break down science. Science means to know, right? Science means to know. Art is the skill as a result of learning or practice. Now I'm using all etymology for this. Art is the skill as a result of learning or practice, right? Politics, the science and art of government, or the knowledge and skill of practice. The knowledge and skill developed through practice of government. So now we got to do one more. Just for shits and giggles. We're going to do government. Government etymologically breaks down to govern and mint. Govern means etymologically to rule with authority. Mint means the mind. Politics, the science and art of government. It is to know and to use a skill through learning and practice to rule in authority over the mind. I'm letting that marinate a little bit because this rabbit hole that we're about to go down is all season 13 shit. It's moments like these that I prepared for, that I built for, that I knew that when the day comes, I'm going to have fun with these episodes. This episode is heavy because when we look at what politics really are, and then you have the Democrats, you have the Republicans, you have these people that are, it ties into the phrase that you always hear me say, left wing, right wing, same bald-headed eagle. I don't say that just because it's like, oh, give up and don't vote or none of this shit. Like, this is why I don't vote. I don't vote because I understand politics. You feel what I'm saying? Like, when people be saying shit like, yo, you gotta vote if you understand politics. No, you don't. Because you can make a choice that you're able to live with. You feel me? In conjunction to what politics really are. If you fuck with politics heavy and you rep that shit. Oh, I was the 92% voted for, Kamala. All right, cool. I ain't mad at that shit. Do what you do. You feel me? If you're the other motherfuckers, you voted for Trump or whatever the case, I ain't mad at you. Do what you do. But understand there's a psyop. And a psyop is a psychological operation. There's a psyop being played right now between both the Democrats and the Republicans that supersedes that, because politics is the science and the art of government. When you understand what politics really are, the etymology of the word politics, then the etymology of the words within, in the etymology of the words that define politics, you understand what the fuck is going on. So when we see the Epstein list, and we know that COVID was in the Epstein list, it changes your reality. And it should change your reality, because if the Epstein list, the dominance of the Epstein list was about child trafficking, human sacrifice, and pedophilia, and COVID was in there, what exactly have we really been tied into? And what will we continue to be tied into when you have booster shots, when you have these booster shots that are COVID related that have to keep going in? I seen somebody that said something. They said COVID didn't, the vaccine didn't bring COVID. No, COVID didn't bring the vaccine. The vaccine brought COVID. And with COVID being in the Epstein files, it's tied to some really sick shit. But before we dive heavy into that, because I already see myself drifting, be sure to follow me on Instagram at Seen the Griot. Be sure to check out my website at IamJustSeen.com to get all things that are just seen. To all those who tip, donate, and sponsor to the podcast, you are greatly appreciated. To all those who would like to tip, donate, and sponsor to the podcast, you can do so by clicking the link in the description of the podcast. Cash App and PayPal are just fine. And you know the vibes. That's that for this, and that's this for that. So we're going to take a quick break, and when we come back, we're going to dive into politics. I don't even know what I want to subtitle this shit. Politics, the disruptors of humanity. And don't forget to visit IamJustSeen.com. There, you can get all things Just Seen. You want to add the So For Real series to your library? Visit IamJustSeen.com. You want to learn how to master the markets for serious trading and investing? Visit IamJustSeen.com. You want to get your hands on some exclusive merch like tees, hoodies, coffee mugs, hats, bags? Visit IamJustSeen.com. Are you thinking about transitioning into the plant-based lifestyle? Visit IamJustSeen.com. You ever want to just chat with Seen about anything from simple advice to mentorship? Visit IamJustSeen.com. Anything and everything that is me, you can find at IamJustSeen.com. So take a quick peek into my world to see why being just seen is nothing less but always more. Because you never really know what you need until you see it, and you will never see it unless you visit IamJustSeen.com. All right. Welcome back. And without further ado, we're just going to go straight heavy into it. I don't know where this is going, but I know where it started. And I know how deep this shit has to go. When we consider the Epstein files, running back to politics, because I'm going to run the definition back one more time, just so we know we on the same page. Because I don't want no confusion, no misunderstanding of, this is, no, shut the fuck up and listen. Politics are the science and art of government. Science means to know. Art is to skillfully apply a practice, or to skillfully practice. Government means to control or rule an authority of the mind. And that's what politics are. This is what I mean when I said they give us a language that we speak and don't understand. Reading is not just being able to identify the words. It It's being able to understand what the words mean when they come to fucking together. On paper, when niggas say, yo, you gotta get into politics, your mind, if you have not done etymology, if you had not done any kind of deeper level of reading comprehension, when you see politics, you're gonna make the association. That's the thing about reading that they don't teach us and shit, and that we don't pay attention to as the basic levels. This is why I did that full episode, because the first couple levels of reading that we're learning that's why we use picture books. When you see a word, this is why you always hear me say, a picture is worth 1,000 words, but one word can conjure 1,000 pictures. You feel what I'm saying? And it's important that you know that, because if you don't, you're missing the foundations of literacy. So when we consider politics and you talk about politics, what do niggas think about? A fucking elephant or a fucking donkey? A Democrat or Republican? That's it. They think about a side they gotta pick. They don't understand what the fuck politics really are. As a science and an art for government or of government. You feel what I'm saying? And then, what is government? The control of the fucking mind. To rule and authority over the fucking mind. That's crazy, bro. My bad, I gotta put my phone on airplane mode because it's going off right now. But that's crazy, bro. That's fucking crazy to me. And so when we talk about politics, we're not talking about politics. You feel me? Like when you look at people say, oh, it's a bunch of politics in this situation, like things are like, always remember when somebody's talking politics, they're always going to be talking about the science and the art of the government, or the science and the art of government of that particular thing. But at the end of the day, it's who's going to control the mind. But at the end of the day, it's how well you understand, you can think, and how well you have a skill to manipulate the thoughts to control the mind. And the reason why I'm saying this, and I mention this, because this goes back to the 92%. I think it was like 92% of women. There's like 78% of men that voted for Biden and the Democrats or whatever. And they're like, yo, this problem with Trump and everything, we didn't vote for him, so that's not our problem. It is your fucking problem. It's everybody's problem, because y'all don't understand politics for real. The Trump administration was an alley-oop from the Biden administration, which was an alley-oop from the previous Trump administration. The politics is the science and the art of the government. It's the science and the art of the government, bro, of mind control. So they gave you the Democrats first. And this is why now we're going to dive into why I always say the United States itself, it's layers going to be peeled back on this one. The United States itself is split between the business and the country. United States is a corporation. Of America is a country. Democrats are responsible for the countryside of this. Republicans are responsible for the corporation of this. You got to understand what that means. And that's why it's politics. Politics are the combinations of both of these things, and they are in control of both of these things. When the money needs to move, they'll put the corporations in. When the corporations are doing what they're doing, they got to put the Republicans in. When the country is thriving or whatever the case may be, they need the control to belong to the people. So you put the Democrats in. Same niggas, bro. They work in the same system because it's politics. They're designed to. If we switch to politics just a little bit, and let's say, because I remember this vividly. I remember when at the end of Trump's term in 2019, when COVID started, I remember distinctly Kamala Harris saying, if Trump recommends getting the vaccine, I won't take it. She said, if Trump's administration recommends getting the vaccine, I won't take it. Everybody was on board. I'm giving y'all the psyop right now. Everybody was on board. Yep, I'm not going to take it. The forces that be had already known this. In the Epstein files, COVID is in the Epstein files. Bill Gates, Epstein, all of these niggas are already saying we have to eliminate poor people. There's too many poor people and we have to get rid of them. It's interesting. It's interesting as fuck because it comes out late. But then it's like, it comes out after COVID. It comes out after COVID because it's like, we have to weigh the lesser. Now, whenever we're talking about politics, a lot of people always say, I got to pick the lesser of two evils, right? That means you're worshiping the devil. And this episode is going to expose that shit on a whole different level. I'm about to fuck some shit up, nigga. We flowing. Let's download this motherfucker, bro. But you're always talking about the lesser of the two evils. You feel what I'm saying? In their regard, when it comes to exposure, they're going to expose the greater of the two evils. And they're going to expose the greater of the two evils to mask that we still did some other evil shit. So the Epstein files could have came out a long time ago. These niggas been sitting on the Epstein files since Hillary was running. You feel me? I know because I did this freestyle. I did this jam session on WAP. And it was that when Cardi B and Meg Thee Stallion did some hoes in this house. I said, let me flip it because I got some attention. Let me go ahead and talk some knowledge, right? And I was talking about everything that was going on at the time. I think this is probably what got me shadow banned too. One of the things that got me shadow banned because this one kind of went and then it was what it was. But in the song, I was like, good pussy come once in a blue moon. Fuck that. I'ma ride the beat to the wheels loose hubcaps. Run that loop in the back to the truth and the facts. Realign in the mind in a time where the gates got pizza. Pedophilic leaders got islands for children that's missing and plucked from our vision. Drained of adrenaline, drink like a vitamin. Holding them bodies in ways that ain't fair. Get it? Crates in the name with the kidnap. Crates of the names with the kidnap. Sitting right up on the site when you search that thing. Well over 10K to disperse that thing. It's emergency and needs urgency, but diversions occur. So the names on the list commit suicide. So when they committing suicide, when we know they about to snitch, now you know why Hillary is not the president. Those emails they held, all those details that they deleted. Some shit about. Then I was talking about the Obama and Oprah and pedophile. Like I was talking about all of that shit in that, but it was all the shit that's being released and shit right now. You feel me? And as I'm understanding that, I'm like, yo, these files could have been released a long time ago, but these files couldn't be released yet because it's like when you realize that they were talking about, you know, now mind you, Trump's presidency was 2016 to 2020. You feel what I'm saying? I dropped that freestyle or whatever the case may be in like 2018 because this was before we even had a pandemic. This was around the time when Breonna Taylor got hit, when she got shot. And I remember that when I actually did write it was when Oprah had put Breonna Taylor around the time Meg Thee Stallion got shot in the foot, and Oprah had put Breonna Taylor on her magazine. So whatever that time was, that's when I was already, you know what I'm saying, talking about it and, you know, giving the game and giving this information out. You feel me? And I was trying to be cryptic with the shit, but hey, nigga, they knew what I was talking about. And I was like, oh, bruh, got 11 jet streams flying on the Epstein. Yes, she put Brianna on her magazine as Mattingly, Hatkins, and Crossgrove still walk free. Oh, me, oh, my. Convict those guys. Convict those killers. Cameron, you wop. See? All right. I just like that freestyle. That shit was hard. But I was saying some real shit in there. So around that time, I say it had to be maybe 2000. WAP. When did WAP come out? I want to say it had to be like 2018, maybe. But whatever that time frame was, it was just before COVID hit, or whatever the case may be, and just before the pandemic and all of that shit. So when you consider that in the Epstein files, COVID was being talked about from 2015 until 2007, between 2015 and 17, you have to start looking at the reality of what was really being played out and how the waters were being tested, which is why I mentioned vividly seeing the videos, vividly seeing Kamala Harris saying, and if you voted for it, I don't give a fuck. Like we're above feelings and emotions right now, my nigga. This is genocide, nigga. This was a genocide. This was a fucking eugenics cleanse, my nigga. It's deep. In addition to having children trafficked and eaten under a pedophile, like, we're gonna see what the lesser of the two evils really is by the time this shit roll. So Kamala, I remember her saying, because as Trump's campaigning to go into, you know, his four after Biden or whatever the case, but she said, no, I will not get vaccinated. If Trump, she said, if he recommends it, if Trump recommends it, I'm not getting vaccinated because I know it's going to be something wrong with that. They tested the waters with that because everybody aligned and said, you know what? You're right. I won't. But we know that if we do put Democrats in office, we can get the people to get it. They're not going to get it under Trump. They won't get it under Trump. So we have to save Trump for something else. Trump is going to be our Trump card later, but we're going to save Trump for something else. Now, mind you, Trump was the president, like I said, from 2016 to 2020. Biden was 2020 to 2024, and now we're currently in Trump's next administration, or whatever the case may be. The Epstein files were being spoken on. COVID and the Epstein files were being spoken on in 2015 and 2017. During Trump's during the start of Trump's campaign and the end of Obama's. You feel me? This is an 8-year thing that has already been in motion that a lot of people are not like being too privy to, because in the moment when the shit comes out, you're focusing on the now. Because like I said, I see people, oh, Beyonce's name is in the list. Jay-Z's name is in the list. And it's like, we're going to show you that all of these people fuck with kids. All of these people are in some way tied to this nigga who does rituals and shit with kids. They adrenochrome. I even got a jam session called Deepest Oceans where I said the same shit. I was like, I said, feed the kids, don't beat the kids. Adrenochrome. I said, feed the kids, don't beat the kids. Adrenochrome will be their fate. They beating cases in our faces, while them babies in them cages getting traded to the highest bidder using flowing blood as liquor while they shorten our attention. They can go and snatch real quick in 20 seconds, nigga. I hope you get the picture. You leave them babies unattended, they gonna disappear them. Niggas think I just be putting shit together. It's like, what are you talking about? Nigga, I'm talking about a lot if you listen to the fucking sessions, bro. I can't say too much because I understand how the AI reads. You feel what I'm saying? If I just scatter the words around, but you understand that lyricism is put together a certain way, you can get the gems that I'm putting down. You feel what I'm saying? But I was talking about this shit a long time ago, and I've been putting it out for a long time. It's like, because I can't say certain shit in a podcast because it flows a certain way. And, you know, the AI reads transcripts and all that shit. Like, this shit is down to a science. Like, this shit has become surveillance, my nigga. It's become surveillance. But again, another thing that had to be rolled out, because all of this shit had to be done a certain way, because they're going to monitor everything. You feel me? And they use COVID to do it. COVID was the first part of doing it. You feel what I'm saying? So I know it seems like I'm jumping all around, but this shit is impactful, because these two things go, when you see the depths of these niggas, this shit is weird, bro. So I'm even going to talk about the Bible in this one too, because I want you to understand that you got to realize that if you're a Christian going forward, you have to make a decision, because the God of your enemy is your devil. If you're a Muslim, you have to make a decision, because the God of your enemy is your devil, because these are all Abrahamic religions. All of the shit that was done from the Epstein file list through COVID, through all of that shit was done under the guise of an Abrahamic religion. Now you can say all day long, well, because this is what niggas is doing to move the fucking goalposts for these niggas. They'll say, well, deities don't, you know, people are going to be people and they're going to do wrong. You can't make people, like, no, free will makes you do wrong or whatever the case may be. But these deities are either not real, they don't care, or they losing their power. It's only one of those three. You could decide which one it is for yourself. You feel what I'm saying? For some of y'all, it's going to realize they don't care because we living in immorality. For some of y'all, it's going to be, yeah, they might be losing power, because if a motherfucking man can do a fucking ritual that this deity doesn't intervene, and there's kids, there's babies in these Epstein files lists, there's babies in these motherfucking files saying Jesus is going to protect us, Jesus is going to save us, and them motherfuckers got eaten, bro. Them motherfuckers became adrenochrome, my nigga. Jesus never intervened. He never stepped in. Now, again, I'm not fighting your belief system or whatever the case may be, but I need you to understand the psyop. You feel me? And then you had the motherfucker, these niggas can't exist. You let that shit happen to babies, my nigga. I get adults that are out here sinning and doing whatever they supposed to do. I get the grown-ass adults who have a fun. These were babies, my nigga, that couldn't defend themselves. You feel me? These deities can come down and harden Pharaoh's heart to motherfucking make him not release some people and shit so he can prove a point that, nigga, I am God and I'm powerful and shit. All of that shit. But you got babies that are being tortured, nigga. Tortured. And you don't intervene? You don't intervene? So the jig is up. The jig is up. The jig is motherfucking up. I don't give a fuck. Like, I don't care. Like, you can feel a certain way because you could read the books and quote the scriptures and it gives you some kind of inspiration, but you need to understand that this shit is not real. This is why I've been telling y'all for years. This is mythology, ritual, and allegory. You feel what I'm saying? So these babies and shit that are in these Epstein files list that we're talking about, you know, Jesus is going to save us, bro. Jesus didn't save them. Jesus didn't save them. So now the psychosis is kicking in because people's like, you tell people like, yo, Jesus saved my life. Jesus didn't do shit. You made better decisions in your life. Say that. But you can't give yourself credit because you've already been conditioned and programmed that you have no power. This ain't you. It's either going to be a devil or it's going to be a God. And it's going to be something that you don't control. But it's all under Abrahamic religions. It's all under Abrahamic religions. So when you're now looking at how the presidency and shit goes off, because now what are we? We're a nation under God, right? So now when you look at the politics of it all, science and the art of the government, That's what the politics are, right? That's where the founding piece is. They come in off your religion. They come in and capitalize on that because they know you don't understand religion. Religion means to go in and bind or to tie back. To tie back to what? To a book. A book of what? A book of bullshit. Now, again, it has its moments where it can give you your inspiration. It has its moments where it can give you, but that's anything in life. You can get anything out of life when you want it out of life. You feel me? But now when you stuck in this motherfucker, you're stuck in this motherfucker. That's why it's like, why are so many people are like, well, the list was released. Why is nobody doing anything? You can't. Because you don't feel like it's your responsibility to do anything. Because a deity has to intercede. You have literally made these niggas supernatural. They're doing satanic rituals. A satanic ritual only has merit. It can only be done. A satanic ritual can only have proof and only have validity if a satanic ritual can only have merit if there was, because, let me slow down. A satanic ritual can only have merit because Abrahamic religions were in place first. A satanic ritual is still Christianity, my nigga. A satanic ritual is still Islam, my nigga. Because these things extend from this very vessel. And now you're looking at the duality of it. So when niggas say, I have to pick the lesser of two evils, you still align with the devil, my nigga. And that's why I said that, because when we look at this whole, okay, we voted, we're the 92% or we're the 78%, but under the Biden administration, you guys got vaccinated, my nigga. You got vaccinated. I got several episodes on Rona and the vaccine and all of that shit back in a couple episodes. I'm not going to revisit that too much. That's a dead horse. There's nothing more for me to talk about with that shit. It pisses me off that niggas are still getting boosters to this day. I don't give a fuck. It is what it is, nigga. I did my part and I said what I said and I got to leave it alone. But now when you're seeing that, it was the mean alley-oop, because they know, okay, we have to do this, and then how can we reset the world? As I'm recording this episode right now today, either between today or yesterday, we're getting another reset. And this reset that we're getting is going to be a humanity conscious reset, because like where we have Lent, we have Ramadan, we have Aries and Sagittarius. I mean, Aries moving into Saturn. Astrologically, there's a lot of different alignments into one thing. There's a major reset that everybody's going to be going on right now. And you think them niggas didn't plan that shit? You think them niggas did not plan for the Epstein files to be released in pieces up until Aries moves into Saturn? Why? Because Saturn is going to be in Aries for 3 years, till 2028. You can't make this shit up, but you got to understand that they're using the stars and you don't even understand how the stars are being used. Because it's politics, nigga. The art and science of government, which is mind control. Now, this is why I go back into this one. What was it? First episode of the season, when I was talking about reading comprehension. What's the highest level of reading comprehension? Esoteric science, which is astrology, tarot, numerology, Kabbalah, tree of life, human design. They know all of the science, and they're using it on you. That's why they can be the government, because they understand how all of this shit works. And this shit is completely and perfectly aligned with the stars every single motherfucking time. Now we're in February, right? And like I said, we got Lent happening. We have Ramadan happening. All of these things are starting off at the time of me recording this. And then it's the lunar eclipse tonight. So tomorrow, because I record these the day before I release them. So at the time of this recording, it is the day before the lunar eclipse. But by the time the recording drops, which will be tomorrow, you will be in the lunar eclipse. Ramadan will be starting. All of these different things will be that. And you'll see. We got a major reset across humanity. There's no accident for that. They gave it piece by piece to see, okay, how are they going to respond? Because however the black people are going to respond, the world is going to respond. If the black people if the black people in America, let me specifically say that, if the black people in America don't trip out, nobody else is going to trip out. If the black people in America can maintain distraction, and not be able to know exactly what they're angry at, everybody else will be. It is what it is. You feel me? We got Kendrick winning 5 Grammys and shit, or whatever the case may be. Excuse me. It's not to say he didn't deserve them. He did his work, or whatever the case may be. But February is a very important time. This is why they put Black History Month in February, but this is why they put all of the award shows and shit in February. You feel me? Like, think about what you get in February. Week 1, you get Week 1, you get Grammys. Week 2, you get Super Bowl. Week 3, you get All-Star Weekend, and something else. And then week 4, you feel me? You're already done. So you get something at all times to give you, to take away from Black History Month as a one. But that's just there because we're gonna focus and channel all of these people's energy because now Black people want Black people to win and shit. So we're gonna focus on that. That's a different tangent that I don't even know why I just talked about, but I needed it to come out to make this next piece or whatever the case may be. So we have all these different dynamics that are being at play right now while they're quote unquote releasing the Epstein files in pieces. And then suddenly they just put them all out. Now you have all of these people that are, oh, Jay-Z's name is in there. Beyonce's name is in there. Donald Trump's name is in there. Ivanka Trump's name is in there. It's like everybody it's a list. It's a lot of these motherfuckers' names in this motherfucking list, right? Now when you consider, Joe Biden's name is in there, right? Now when you consider, why are these people's names in there? Why? Because now it's like you release the celebrities' names because just like, okay, we know that it's y'all names is in there simply because y'all, you feel me, were fucking with kids and eating. Y'all were probably doing that ritualistic shit too. You feel me? I don't know. I won't dare. I'm not going to say yay. I'm not going to say nay. I'm going to say though too that as far as the Jay-Z name in there, this ain't siding with the nigga and saying no the case may be, but it's like when his name was in the Epstein files is from 1996 before nigga Heat. Reasonable Doubt didn't even drop yet. And if it just had dropped, one of the two, you feel me? And it was like, because he was a drug dealer at the time and they wanted him to bring drugs or whatever. I don't know. Maybe Beyonce is in there because of affiliation for him. Who knows? Beyonce could have been in the motherfucking Epstein file simply because, she was underage at the time. And that could have been the connection. Who the fuck knows? I don't know that part. But I do know that if you have these people in there, and then you have your presidents in that bitch too. Michelle Obama's name is in there. You feel me? Her name is in the fucking list. Now it raises another issue because it's like all of this time you've been following these people and it's like, what's going on? What's going on? Now it makes sense. Why niggas was like, why did Barack Obama come out and start talking about aliens? Nigga, we know aliens exist. Nigga, what are you coming out to confirm? Because his wife. Some say it might be his husband, but his wife, her name is in the Epstein list. I don't want you to see nothing about Obama because, my name ain't in there, but Michelle Obama's name is on that list. Joe Biden's name is on that list. I didn't see Kamala Harris' name on that list. I will say that. But at the same time, she was still his vice president. Now, again, the reason why I'm saying this is because this was a fucking alley-oop from the Democrats to the Republicans. You feel me? We go ahead and do this vaccine. Because that's the most pressing issue. We wipe clean when it's time to release the data, when it's time to release that, yeah, this was genocide, my nigga. Like, Bill Gates wanted us to kill everybody else off, nigga. He paid us. So we were all bought off. We had to do it. Now we had to figure out a way to do it without y'all knowing that we really did the shit. You feel me? Fuck how the stats and the numbers have shown that heart disease, diabetes, cancers, everything is increased hundreds of percent. That means multiplied by that level. If something goes up 500%, it is 5 times. It is 5 times what it really was. You feel what I'm saying? It's wild. It's wild. So when you start to see these numbers start to come out, it's like, we don't want it to link back to fucking COVID, nigga. How do we erase it? Nigga, release the Epstein files finally. We know, because we know at the core, at the core, humanity loves babies. And I don't necessarily mean from a pedophilic way. Like, motherfuckers really care for children, bro. Children can bring out something in you and your entire reality shifts when you know a child is being harmed. Unless you're the harmer of the child. But your entire reality shifts when you know that a child is harmed. When you know that something has happened to a baby. When you know that something has happened to a kid. That's why these Epstein files have been released like this. Because now as the data comes out from COVID about how niggas is dying, about how niggas frontal lobe is being deteriorated, how niggas personalities are being changed. It's like, nah, it's fucking up. But now we realize, oh, the COVID vaccine was in the fucking Epstein files. The COVID vaccine was in the Epstein files. Here's why that's important. And this is why I mentioned the WAP freestyle when I was talking about when Hillary was running this shoot. They was talking about those emails that she had. It was those fucking files. Why didn't she release them then? Because if she would have released them then, from 15 to 17, Hillary, from 2015 to 2017, if Hillary would have released those motherfucking Epstein files 10 years ago, this is 9 to 10 years ago, if she would have released those then, there would have never been a chance for COVID. For what they needed COVID to happen, there would never have been a chance for that. What did COVID do? It helped usher in, AI. There was like, y'all don't, like, it frustrates me because I don't understand how people did not see it. It's like they're killing you off and replacing you with robots, my nigga. You niggas think that the unemployment rate is for a reason? You think that it just so happened? No, niggas is dying, bruh. Niggas is fucking dying, bro. And it was like, there was a time when it was like, I don't know if y'all paid attention to it, but like everywhere you went, somebody was hiring. Staff full in a motherfucker. But they're still, they have now hiring things on their window because they needed to make sure that they always kept the kept the supply just in case motherfuckers died. Think about that. Right around COVID, like when after the vaccines and shit started popping off or whatever the case may be, think about that time. Everybody was hiring. Everybody was hiring non-fucking stop. Everybody was hiring. And yet we still have a high rate of unemployment. How? How? Because in that same time, they were ushering in the AI. They were ushering in the AI to start. Now, we about to start taking jobs because we know Jeff Bezos, he was in that motherfucker. Bill Gates, he's in that motherfucker. But now it's like a lot of people saying, so what are you going to do? You can't do shit. There's nothing you can do. But you going to boycott Amazon? No, not the way you deliver shit, not the way you get shit delivered to you and you can't stop ordering shit. You feel me? It's networks. That's what that lady meant when she was like, if we bring everybody to court, the economy dies. Now you niggas is cool saying, yeah, let's do that because you're thinking at it from an emotional perspective. You're thinking at it from an emotional perspective. Yeah, shut it down. This is what I'm talking about when it comes to comprehension. You're comprehending like a 12-year-old. A 12-year-old doesn't think about these repercussions and the ramifications of what everything now happens, how everything happens. Again, don't get me wrong. This is not to say these niggas get a pass for this shit. No, off with their fucking head, but prepare for what's going to happen to when the heads happen. Because you hit the head, the sheep gon' motherfucking scatter, my nigga. The sheep gon' motherfucking scatter. Niggas is like, yo, how did Bill Gates, you gave him that power, bro. How did Bezos, you gave him that fucking power. Your convenience. Now I'm getting frustrated a little bit. You can feel the little tension coming in because these are things that I always talk about. I said convenience works because motherfuckers is lazy and ignorant. It's not your fault. You're educated poorly. The fuck? Gen Z right now, they just announced that Gen Z has the lowest IQ ever. Usually the generations get smarter and smarter. Gen Z is the first generation to go the other way. Nigga. But how though? How though? Because it didn't just pop up. Like this shit is all vaccine related, bro. This is fucking genocide. Where we watched the mass genocide play out right in front of us. Now, when you look at it on paper, this is a Holocaust, my nigga. Now, you had the gas chambers and shit, and it's like, oh, yeah, we're gonna put them in, we're gonna torture them that way. We're gonna give them gas. Like, no, they literally did an entire Holocaust across the world, but they gave you the free will to take it. They didn't force you. We don't have to do that no more. We don't need to send the military in this motherfucker no more and go put you in concentration camps and all of this shit like that no more. Nah, nigga. we gonna create a disease and we're gonna get you sick. We're gonna make you sick and then we're gonna give you the vaccine and we're gonna wipe you the fuck out. You can't stop it because you're gonna make the choice. You're gonna decide to do it, and we're gonna make it so we're gonna make you so uncomfortable. Like I don't think people understand the put of what happened when like niggas was offering French fries for vaccines, nigga. What you mean? The advertising was, as somebody who has learned to study branding, advertising, and marketing, I had to realize like when you get to a point where you have to when you get to certain points of advertising and marketing, it's because you have to formulate the belief. When I'm start giving you shit for free, I'm start giving you food, I'm start putting all of this shit in there. You ain't like this shit ain't natural. This shit don't sell itself, and it don't sell itself for a fucking reason. But this is what we got to deal with. my nigga. This is what happened. This is what the politics did for the first phase of this shit. Now we talk about, oh, Project 25 and all that shit. They made you focus on all of the shit and you completely, like, this is the shit that gets me and shit. Because now it's like, now when you look at the names that are in the Epstein list. Now we did all of the talk of, yeah, some of these people, it's under the premise that everybody was a sexual predator and everybody was eating babies. Forget the fact that they was able to get you to get shot, get you to get vaccinated, get you to support the people that were going to get you vaccinated. You feel me? Now, again, I'm not saying that Beyonce and Jay-Z wasn't eating motherfucking babies and sacrificing them too. I don't know, because I wasn't there. But I can't say that they did support the Biden administration. I can't say that they've always supported Democrats. You feel me? Even though Jay-Z got a song called Black Republican, no matter what, he was always at Obama shit. He was always, well, really, Obama was really the only people that I really knew. But he was always at Obama shit and he's always supported Democrats, him and Beyonce. Now, if we got vaccinated under the Democrats, how do you think that was so easy? Now we have to look at it from a bigger picture because these niggas didn't get vaccinated, but they made everybody else do it. Now it's like when you tie that, the politics of it all, the science and the art of government, nigga, we're still in the Biden administration. That's why Biden's name is in there. That's why Michelle Obama's name is in there. The same motherfuckers that can get you to vote Democrat. You noticed every time some shit was popping up, when the vaccine was coming, whose faces did you see, nigga? I'm not making this shit up. I'm not making this shit up, but it's beyond the sex trafficking shit. Because now if I show you the sex trafficking shit, now it's the lesser of two evils. COVID becomes the lesser of two evils in that situation. You've been voting for the lesser of two evils so long that when you see the greater of two evils, you'll dismiss the fact that all of this shit is demonic, nigga. Tying it back to the etymology of the word demon, it means genius, specifically the negative genius. Angelic means positive genius. So when we say they're doing satanic rituals, they're doing basically the same shit you can do, but from a demonic perspective, which means they're using their genius for a negative thing. You feel what I'm saying? So now when you get these public people saying, hey, vote for Democrats, mind you, again, we're going to run this shit back one more motherfucking time. The COVID, the COVID shit was mentioned in 2015 and 2017 in these fucking Epstein files. The Democrats didn't take the seat back until 2020. Trump was used. Now, this is what I'm talking about. The Republicans represent the corporation. The Democrats represent the country, which is the people. The Republicans represent the jobs. The Democrats represent the workers. Understand it like that. This is politics for real. You feel me? This is the part of it that when you take all the buffers down and you strip to the layers of it all and to get to the principles, this is what it is. You give Trump the presidency. I'm gonna show you how the timeline works. Between 15 and 17, Trump is in office. He got elected in 2016 to 2020. So 2016 to 2020, Trump is in office. 2016 to 2020, Trump is in office. So the end of Obama's term and the beginning of Trump's term is when they're talking about the COVID vaccine. Use Trump as the first prop up, whatever. And now we're going to fuck up whatever we're going to fuck up. We got to make sure that whatever Trump does, it pushes so the Democrats can get elected. You feel me? We had the shorty that were like during election time when Biden was getting put back in, right? During that election time, Trump had fucked up so much that it was like, okay, we're going to bring racism back. We're going to MAGA, make America great again. We're going to make sure that the white people can fuck up the world. They're going to show their true colors. They're going to put racism all on point because we know that if we can get this stirred up, we can get the Democrats back in the next time. Politics is the science and art of government, my nigga. Literally, this is a stage. It's all a stage. When we talk about when the woke people and the conspiracy theorists and all this shit, oh, this is a psyop. This is a not a psyop. What we call the other one? A false something. I can't think of the second one. I can't think of the other name that we call shit. But it's like, this is a stage, bro. This is a movie. And it's a science and art being played out by the government at all times. You feel what I'm saying? So as we're, put Biden in, go through all of that racism shit and all of that shit. Now we're going to go to, we're going to go to the Democrats. Sleepy Joe is in the motherfucker. We're going to put Joe Biden old ass in the shit. We will literally tell a motherfucker that they're too old to drive because they're in their 80s. But yet we're electing these niggas as presidents and shit. I don't think we really understand how stupid that sounds. But again, that shows the levels of the fact that we don't fucking think anymore. That shit doesn't even make fucking sense, nigga. It doesn't even make fucking sense. It logically does not fucking compute for you to have somebody that old and that senile and that. But I digress. This is the first plan. So the talks of COVID is 2015 to 2017 between Obama and Trump. Trump runs, he gets in from 16 to 20. You dig what I'm saying? Now, the alley-oop is there because MAGA was really impactful because MAGA was used to say, we're going to make sure that they vote for the Democrats. And it's not even, we're going to put the Democrats in. We just have to make them feel like they did it. We got to make them feel like they did it. We can't even lie. We can't play and say and pretend like, yeah, you guys won fair and square. Like, no, nigga, we positioning these motherfuckers because we got an art and a science that we got to conduct and we got to put into heavy motion. Fuck what you talking about, bro. You feel me? So now when it's time for Biden to come back in, now we're going to start saying, okay, during that election time, we're going to start running it. You had the lady from, what was her name? I can't think of her name, bro. She was running from Georgia. They did a little campaign with her where she was walking in. Yeah, we're going to get all of these votes and shit. And Biden won and all of the shit, like yada, yada. The script went how it was supposed to go. Then the vaccine comes out. Nobody would have got vaccinated. This is why I started talking about the Kamala thing, because when she said, I'm not getting this vaccine if Trump wins. If Trump wins, I will not get the vaccine. That set the tone. That set the tone to show how, okay, if it's under Trump, it's going to be bad. Now, if you get it under us, then you got to listen to us. They flipped the whole narrative right there in your face. It was started to be moments like that where I was like, all right, yeah, the Democrats going to win this shit. Democrats gonna win this shit. I didn't have to like niggas, oh, you didn't vote. I got motherfuckers was mad at me and shit. And they're like, yo, if you didn't vote, nigga, I can't fuck with you. I don't trust you and shit. I gotta block you and this, that, and the third. Hey, by all means, do your thing, bro. I know politics better than you do. I know politics beyond voting. This is why reading comprehension is so important. Look, this is a word, y'all. This is a word. One word, politics. Do you see how many images I've just conjured off that one word? So while a picture, yes, is worth 1,000 words, one word can conjure 1,000 pictures. I haven't even conjured all 1,000 yet in this conversation, and I'm still only talking about politics. Now, it got condescending. You feel me? Some of y'all, you responded to the shit, nigga, yo, you so arrogant, you this, that, and the third, for telling y'all niggas I read at a level that y'all can't comprehend yet, and I read at a level beyond y'all. Do you see? This is the benefits of that shit. I don't be just capping nigga shit. I don't just talk shit to make motherfucker. No, nigga, I really read and write at a very high esoteric level. So much so it allows me to see the world in ways that a lot of motherfuckers can't. To where I can see a play coming out without needing it to be written down. Because the images that I see, I can put the words to them. Because a picture is worth 1,000 words. So we get into that. And then the motherfuckers is mad. Oh, y'all didn't vote this, that, and the third. Lesser of two evils and all of that shit. I knew this shit was bullshit, bro. I knew this shit was bullshit when niggas was mad at me for that. I said, I don't give a fuck, nigga. I'm preparing. Like, I've been telling niggas that. I voted for Obama both times, and after that, I didn't vote anymore. I only voted for Obama because he was black. Then after that, I got hip to what politics really were, and I don't vote no more. I prepare. The fuck? Y'all niggas vote because you're unprepared. You feel me? Shout out to the people that have finished mastering the market. Shout out to the people that was in the Iwi gang when it was up. Y'all are prepared. Everybody hit me up. The markets are crashing. What do? I don't know, Chicken Little. Fuck. I told y'all niggas back when I created the course during the Biden, when Trump's administration happened the first time, I said, this ain't gonna happen to me again if he gets in. That's why I did all of the shit that I did. But at the end of Trump's Trump's run and the beginning of Biden's. I was telling everybody, yo, y'all better learn master the market, nigga. Y'all better learn inflate with the flag. Y'all gonna, I say, it's not gonna be enough that you can study a stock and look and say, you know, oh, I gotta know the P&L ratio. What happened for the last one? No, nigga, this shit is gonna get to a point where you're gonna have to do this shit every fucking day. Every fucking day. And you're gonna have to know how to read this shit. I was telling niggas that. Now niggas hit me up. Yo, what do you think? The market is crashing. What do we do, nigga? Get some put options. I don't fucking know, nigga. Why that shit? Oh, this stock is crashing. Get some put options, nigga. Everything is selling. You can't buy. I know, nigga. Sell short. Do some short selling or get some put options. I don't know what to tell you. You got to make this money some way. You can't. No, nigga. I got free webinars on my website. Go watch those. I don't want to pay that. You have to pay me for that shit. Sorry, but this is an economy that is down and shit like that, nigga. I get when the economy was up, I gave it for the low. Now I don't want you desperate ass motherfuckers in here no more because y'all ain't gonna learn it. Y'all are gonna sabotage this shit because y'all think it's no. I teach you how to read. I teach you how to read the markets, my nigga. I don't teach you a strategy. I don't teach you a plan. I don't teach you something that's going to work. No, I teach you how to read these motherfuckers so you know, okay, this is going to happen today. This is happening tomorrow. Oh, this is what happened last week. And you can start to anticipate what they're going to do with the money. That's how I teach you. So when motherfuckers is mad at me for not voting and shit, I said, I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck about losing y'all as friends. I don't give a fuck about losing y'all as followers, travelers, whatever the fuck you niggas want to call yourselves these days. I don't give a fuck about none of that shit. You know why? Because I got to prepare for what the results are going to be. Regardless of who the fuck wins, I got to prepare. Niggas got so Trump won. Now niggas just say, you know what? Because we didn't win, there's nothing we can do. And niggas still just waiting for the next presidency. They're going to weather this four-year storm out and not prepare for shit. You seeing what you got to prepare for right fucking now. But I made sure that I prepared years ago. Now that I'm in this moment right now, it's like, niggas is like, yo, they losing jobs and shit. Nigga, I program AI. Like I seen this shit. I be telling niggas, yo, I got, if you wanna train AI shit, just hit me up. I'll send you a link to sign up with how I train AI and shit. Like I'm at a point now. When I first started training AI and shit, it was basically off of science and shit. And then because I didn't even realize this shit. I'm gonna get back on tangent, but I didn't even realize this shit. Like so much work that I had put in as far as podcasting, entrepreneurship, branding, advertising, marketing. I didn't even know I had created a whole different resume. So I'm using my scientific resume as a forensic biologist, with med school and all of this other shit that I had and shit. So it's like I'm doing that, and then it shifted. Like I just updated my resume one day and it shifted, and it's like now I literally get to do voiceovers, my nigga. That's some beautiful shit, bro. Now, it's other things that I can do as far as programming the AIs and shit. Like, I trained them for, to push it for creativity. Like, this is all my realm. Like, that's what I could sit to do. But now, I've tried to put people on. Niggas is like, yo, they losing jobs and shit. I know they're going to keep losing them. And I say this not to be fucked up. I say this not to be fucked up, but be 100% transparent. To be transparent. I know which jobs are being taken because I'm helping. It's a fucked up reality, and I know it's like I gotta rob Peter to pay Paul, but this is why I teach the shit that I teach and shit, because it's like simultaneously I know what jobs are going to be replaced because I'm programming the models that are replacing them. I'm training them. That's a dramatic pause, but this is politics, science, and already government and shit. So niggas is complaining, oh, there's a lot of jobs being lost. What are you going to keep doing? I've been telling y'all, like, these are the jobs that are going to get lost. Like I told y'all, I said by the year 2050, there's going to be a useless class of people. Like all of this shit is nothing new. I've been telling y'all this shit. Now, this is something that I always tell too. I say, you know what? If a prophet is not preparing, they're a fraud. I prepared for everything I told y'all was coming. I prepared for it. So now when it came, I'm in position. Now motherfuckers is like, yo, you got to put me. I can't put you onto this AI shit. I can give you the link and I can help you sign up and you can sign up. But everything else is up to you. Do you have enough skills? Do you have enough resources? Do you have enough to bring to the AI template? AI now is the competition for AI. You have to be multi-talented. That's it. Like, you have to be multi-talented. Like, you think you're going to come in and think it's like, no, nigga, you have to be able to do more shit. Because right now there's a freelancer. Right now there's a motherfucker there's a jack of all trades. You master, like the phrase goes, it's better to be a jack of all trades and a master of none than it is to be a master of one. AI is showing you niggas that. Cause you gotta train these niggas. And you gotta be well-rounded in a lot of shit. Like I was telling somebody, I'm gonna say this and I'm gonna really get back on point. But like I was telling somebody that I just do voiceovers. You know what I'm saying? And I was like, they was like, oh, I want to do that too. If it's that easy, I said, no, it's not easy. It's not easy. I do it. It's easy for me, but this is not an easy thing. You feel me? Because you have to have communication skills. You have to be able to speak well. You have to be able to read fluently. Because it's not like, in addition to the resume that I put in from entrepreneur side, podcast and all that shit, it also does utilize my science shit. So I be having to read medical words. I be having to read prescriptions. I be having to read all kind of shit and say it a certain way. I have to do all of this shit. Like it's still words right now. Like they'll put a word up that I don't know how to pronounce, that I gotta go look up and pronounce and practice it before I can record it. You feel what I'm saying? This shit ain't easy. This shit ain't easy. I know it sounds easy. Oh, you just recording. No, nigga. You have to be fluent. You have to be a fluent reader, which means that you have to understand these words too, to know the context and how you got to say them. You got to understand the grammar. You have to understand the phonetics. You have to be able to use certain inflections when you talk. I practice this shit on a daily basis, nigga, when I'm recording podcasts. The fuck? You don't have the practice that I have. You don't have the skills that I have. And I'm not saying that you can't get it. I'm not saying that you can't get it. But at the same time, you should have been getting it then. You should have been getting it then. But see, the politics made sure that you wasn't going to get it then because you're depending on them to lead you. So now when they say you hit the head, the sheep are scatter and shit, the sheep don't know what the fuck to do. The sheep don't even know they sheep. They don't even know they fucking sheep. They don't even know that they're fucking sheep. So now, when we look at pre-Epstein list, now we're going into Biden's term. You feel me? Oh, if you don't vote for me, you ain't black. Nigga, that was bold as fuck. I remember when the nigga said that shit. If you don't vote for me, you ain't black. And niggas voted for him. Niggas voted for him. He lost that time. But niggas voted for him. You know what I'm saying? Because that was when Trump's first thing won. And again, how do you do that? How do you get that arrogant? Because we know, all right, nigga, we know that the men are going to respond a certain way. That's why Trump won the first time. Because we know that we're going to put Biden in this position. Right? We're going to put Biden in this position, make him talk. He ain't talking, like, he couldn't talk spicy to the men. Nigga, fuck you. What you mean you ain't black, nigga? Fuck what you talking about, nigga. And they voted for Trump out of spite. Because Trump at the time wasn't talking like that. When he was talking make America great again, it wasn't as racist as you thought it was from the start. That's what I didn't vote, but I can understand why a lot of niggas didn't vote the Democrats and went to the Republicans because of the trauma and all of the other shit. There was a lot of men leading this time when Biden lost the first time and Trump won. Now, the second time, it was off the women. That's why they led with, okay, we're going to have Kamala Harris as the vice president or whatever the case may be. She's going to be the first. We catered to that. It's politics, nigga. The science and art of government, baby. I know after this episode, you're never going to look at politics again and say, you're like, nigga, it's been like this the whole time. Yes, nigga, it's been like this since fucking Bill Clinton used to go to Arsenio and play the saxophone with the shades on. Fucking Hillary was doing the whipping and nay-nay. Obama was just black. So it was, nigga, the fuck? You feel me? It's been like this, bruh. This is politics, nigga. It's the art. It's the science and the art of government, nigga. The science and the art of the authority to rule the mind, bro. These niggas said they got authority to rule your mind. And they rule your motherfucking mind. So again, I keep jumping around, but this is a fun episode. I love this one. So Biden is, now we got to get Obama to endorse him. Yeah, I endorse Joe and this, that, and the third. And it's like, yo, who's going to endorse him? Jay-Z, Beyonce, the Democrats, Michelle Obama. All these motherfuckers endorse Joe Biden. Joe Biden gets in. When Joe Biden gets elected, what's the first thing he does? So now we're peeling back layers. We getting bigger and bigger and shit. I'm going to show you how deep this shit is. And it's still all connected to the Epstein files. When Biden first gets elected, you feel me? What's the first order of business? We're going to say that trans women can play sports. Trans women can complete in women's sports. They're real women. That psyop was fucking ridiculous to me. Like, I'm like, y'all niggas is really. Then they had the black woman on a motherfucking I forgot what she was. She was like, so what is a woman? They were punking her right in her motherfucking face. So what is a woman? I can't answer that question. Nigga, you're a fucking woman. What you mean you can't answer that fucking question? Like, what the fuck is going on with y'all? You feel me? That's when my shadow ban started in 2020, because I wasn't with the bullshit. You feel me? Somebody had made a post. They had made a post about it. I was like, yo, so you sucked as a man, so you go play as a woman? That's wrong. He just wants to compete. Nigga, compete against men. Get stronger, get better. That's what the fuck we did.
All you keep hearing is get into the markets. But do you trade or do you invest? Should you do stocks, Forex, crypto, or NFTs? My personal answer is not a single one if you don't know how to read a chart. Without knowing how to read a chart, you end up giving all your money to those who do. Do you know what a candle is? Do you know the pocket of activity? Do you know the difference between market direction and market control? If you answer no at least once, you might want to learn how to read a chart first. Learning how to read a chart will let you know if you should trade or invest and if you should do stocks, Forex, crypto, and or NFTs. It will also let you know if this is even for you or not. So visit IamJustSeen.com to learn how to read charts with my Mastering the Market course, ebooks, and webinars today. The world is changing. The question is, will you adapt with it?
You feel me? When we was kids, when we was boys and shit, when we used to play like, and this is the honorable mention led to this shit. But anyway, when we was boys and shit, when we had field day or whatever the case, we played basketball, football. If you lost, nigga, you just got better, bro. Like that's really what it was. We didn't bitch, we didn't complain, we didn't go and I need something because I lost, or I'm gonna go play with the girls because I can't play. Like no. Now, granted, we did talk shit, nigga. Go play with the girls, bro. Like, but to the niggas that was, you know, that you can actually play, like, I was never the fastest runner in my clique, but at the same time, I played with the clique. Nigga, fuck y'all, nigga. Hey, I'm still gonna play, bitch. I don't give a fuck if y'all can smoke me, nigga. I'm still gonna play. Who the fuck cares? You feel me? But I would always, like, when we were balling shit, I remember I never learned how, like, I didn't play basketball, like, play. I was always, like, I would just shoot and we would play 21. But then it's like, one year I wanted to actually play. And I didn't make the team when I was in the 6th grade. I was trying not to make the 7th grade team, and I didn't make the team. So I hit my brother up and shit. And I'm like, yo, bro, I need you to teach me how to play the game. Nigga, you know who got me good myself? I was like, nigga, you right. You right. Like, for real. So I went and linked up with one of my big homies and shit. And he taught me the game. He was like, yo, you know, it's how you shoot. It's how you, you know, back them down and all the shit. I was like, oh, so it's not really, it's a science to this shit or whatever. So I just started playing and then I got better. So then it would be like, we'd be outside and shit playing and be like, yo, Ray, you coming to play? Because before I never got picked up. I'd just be sitting there playing 21. But if they run in the game, I'll just always sit on the side because it's like, then it's like they started adding me to the team and shit. I was like, oh, shit. Now I still didn't play, you know, organized for the school. But at the same time, when we picked up, you know, at the crib and shit, we go to somebody's basketball court. It's like, you know, 3-on-3, 4-on-4 and shit. Like I will play. You feel me? But again, I wasn't as good as them because them niggas played, but I got better and shit. The point that I was making with that is I didn't decide to go play with women. You feel me? Oh, I'm going to go play with women because I'm better. Like, nigga, no, that's not fair. So many niggas have broken world records and shit that women have held. And it's like, that was under Biden's administration. Niggas got mad at me for that because it was like, okay, what's happening? Now, we didn't see a genocide happening right then. 4 years. In 4 years, we've seen a genocide happen between 2020 and 2024. We didn't pay attention to the shit. This was the first start to the genocide. That was the first starting point. Okay, let's get the men to become women. Let's get the women to become men. Now you sterilized. You're not having no babies no more. That was the first wave. You're not having no babies. But again, we don't need gas chambers, my nigga. We don't need gas chambers. We don't need gas chambers. We don't need swastikas. We don't need none of that shit. We don't need to force you into this motherfucking concentration camp. You walk into this bitch voluntarily. You're going to walk into this bitch voluntarily. Motherfucking-tarily. You know why? Because you know what else was in those motherfucking Epstein files? Making sure that the boys become lady boys. Like, shit was in there. Like, we prefer the men like that. And it's like, that's interesting. Why is that also in there? So you mean to tell me the transgender shit was, oh yes, the LG, like think about it. They're not talking about it no more under the Trump administration. And a lot of people think it's because that's what the MAGA shit was. No, that's where we're going to end that shit. We're only going to use the Democrats for that shit. We're going to take 4 years and we're going to get people vaccinated and we're going to get people sterilized. We're going to get people vaccinated and we're going to get people sterilized. Towards the end of the shit, when they realized how many people how many people had transitioned into transgender shit, and then how many people had gotten vaccinated, and they realized, oh, this was too much. Let's bring in some immigrants. Which is why in the Trump administration, why ICE eventually comes up, because like, oh, we brought in way too many immigrants. And now we're going to be extinct because what happens is we didn't know that our people would be the ones to jump on this shit the most. It's like, nigga, what? Yeah, it's a lot of bad bitches that's niggas, bro. It's a lot of bad bitches that's niggas. But these bad bitches will never reproduce again. These motherfuckers that are transition will never reproduce again. They did that under the Biden administration. You feel me? Now, motherfuckers want me to feel some kind of sympathy and some kind of empathy. I can't. I don't. I know what genocide looks like. You think I'm against this fucking community? Fuck no, nigga. This is genocide, bro. They are wiping us the fuck out. And y'all niggas is letting them do it. Y'all are letting them do it. Y'all are letting them wipe us out because for whatever reason. So, first half of the Biden administration, he goes and sign that shit into law. I said, all right, nigga, this is going to be bad. This is going to be bad. Niggas was mad at me. I said, nigga, the fuck? Sorry. I'm not changing what I feel, nigga. Fuck what you talking about. And it's not even what I feel, it's what I understand too, nigga. This is politics. This is politics. We're going to say, hey, we've already been putting the atrazine in your motherfucking cereals and shit since you was a kid. Telling you that you feel like a woman, that's easy. That's easy. You think you feel like a woman because it is what it is. We've been reducing the testosterone since the 1900s with Kellogg cornflakes. Nigga, we've been fucking with y'all. Now we just gonna let y'all chop it off because now we really have to step into where you feel. Think about this, right? When Joe Biden signed that into law, this is also the same nigga that said that the black boys, the black criminals, or whatever the case may be, were animals. What do you do with a wild animal? Just look at it from this perspective. I'm not calling my people wild animals, but when you have the mentality that something is a wild animal, what are you going to do to a wild animal? You're going to euthanize it. You're going to castrate it, make sure it can't procreate. Let's look at the bigger perspective because we got to say it takes a village and shit, right? That's what it do. It takes a village. So at the time when Biden said that about the black youth being animals and shit like that, that was what, 80s, 90s, some shit around there. 90s around that time, right? That was the 90s. I was born in 1990. So when Biden said that was around the early 90s, around the Clinton administration and shit like that, 3-strike rule. They did all of that shit then, right? When you look at who they're targeting, and they were trying to castrate and shit right now. Who were they? D. Wade's son became a woman, or the case may be, at 12 years old. Gabrielle Union and D. Wade, we want to support it. We want to do that shit. Like, castrated him. Castrated that 12-year-old boy. At the time, the motherfucker was 12. Like, they castrated him. You feel me? And they used them as the face of this shit. Why? Why was that important to do? What was the need for that? You didn't really see many white faces promoting that shit, except fucking Bruce Jenner. Now that was hilarious. I ain't even gonna hold you. Bruce Jenner was hilarious when that motherfucker was a transition and became a man, became a woman for 6 months. I got woman of the year. I said, nigga, how you get woman of the year? You wasn't even a woman for a whole year, nigga. Politics, my nigga. Politics as usual. Understand now, politics is the science and the art of government. Science means to know. Art is to apply the skill and practice of government, which is mind control. To rule with authority of the mind. You feel me? They've been playing with y'all. So we get the first half of 2020. You feel me? They start signing into the law and shit. Then by 2021, because let me see, I wrote, whenever they talking about making what you call it's mandatory, the vaccines and shit, they was talking about mandatory vaccines and shit around 2021, 2022-ish, somewhere around there, because that's when, because So Frail 3 came out in 21, at the end of 21? Yeah, because So Frail 2 came out in 19. So Frail 3 came out in 2021. And so after that, that's when they were talking about motherfucking mandating the vaccines or whatever the case may be. And niggas was scared. And I said, this shit's not happening, bro. Not to me anyway. You feel me? I'm not getting that shit. It ain't gonna happen. But think about all of that shit. So they signed the transgender shit into effect. Now, but since that time, Trump has since erased it. Why do you erase something like that? Because it was only for that 4-year time pocket. That's all we needed it for. That's all we needed it for. And then you got vaccinated under the same premise. That's all we needed it for. Now you're going to keep getting the boosters and shit like some dumbasses and shit. I don't know why niggas are still doing it. I don't. Rather than just taking care of your health, getting your shit back together, niggas just keep going back to get the same shots over and over again. I get it. I know why it happens. I know what it is, but it is what it is. You have to prepare. When I did the Hitting the Raw program, right? And I wrote the Hitting the Raw ebook and I broke down why it's important to have lipids in your body. You feel me? You wonder why they got you on a low-fat diet, but why motherfuckers are still obese. How is all of the food low-fat? Everything that we eat is supposed to be low-fat because you don't know the difference between a fat and a lipid. You feel me? What they're saying is low-fat is saying low adipose, but you can't reduce that. Like, the adipose is just where the fat is stored. So they're giving you fucked up fat. You have to take liquid fats because lipids need to lubricate the body. Now, what are your organs and your glands largely covered in? A serous membrane. What is serous? Serous is a lipid bilayer. But you low fat, so you're not getting your lipids. So your lungs is fucked up. That's why the respiratory diseases and shit are able to take so effect. That's why COVID, RSV, the flu, all of these things. Why are they all in the chest? Because we know if we got you on a low fat fucking diet, you're not getting lipids, and if you're not getting lipids, none of your organs are lubricated. And if none of your organs are fucking lubricated, then nigga, we can get the sickness right there. That's why I told niggas, like, y'all ain't got to go plant-based, but at least understand how your nutrition is supposed to work. I broke that down in that. And then, of course, again, another situation where motherfuckers, y'all niggas better prepare. Y'all niggas better prepare because you're going to have to take this shit into your own hands. They told you niggas to trust science that had never been done and you trusted it. I'm looking at niggas like, nigga. You feel me? I have people that have looked me dead in my soul and said, we're not, nigga, I am a scientist, nigga. I don't know why y'all won't believe me. Is it because I walked away from the shit? Is it because I put the shit down? Whatever. Y'all don't have to. I want y'all to, and I would pray that y'all do. And I don't even pray, but I would pray that y'all decide to then. Niggas kept getting sick and sick and sick. Niggas, after the shit was done, niggas like, how did you weather the storm? I told you niggas how to weather the fucking storm. You niggas told me this was something you couldn't do. You niggas told me that you just had to have this. You niggas told me that you just had to do that. Like, you didn't want to change. You didn't want to have the discipline necessary to be healthy. That's not on me. I told you everything that was necessary to make the body run fluidly. You feel me? Lipids, carbohydrates, protein, lipids, carbohydrates, protein, nucleic acids, vitamins, minerals, and water. Those are the 7 things your body needs. I told y'all all through that shit. It's on my website. It's on everything. That's what absolves me and makes me feel good. So when niggas got mad about me not voting, nigga, I prepared, nigga, and I make sure other people were prepared too. Dead horses in water, baby. I'm not gonna be the dead horse, and you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make it drink. I'm not gonna force you to acknowledge that you thirsty, nigga. It is what it is. But again, it's politics as usual. You feel me? Because now we at the second half of Biden's term. Everybody's vaccinated. Niggas, we back outside. Niggas is dropping like flies and nobody's saying anything. Now it's getting worse. I just seen this post that said, it said now in Florida, they're making it mandatory that athletes have to take an EKG test. What? To see if they can play. Why? Why? Because now let's fast forward. When COVID was what? Let's see, it's 2026. COVID was 5 years ago. It started in 7 years ago, because it started in 2019. So 7 years ago. So these were all of the kids that niggas got vaccinated. They have heart issues now? So much so that they have to get an EKG to play sports? That's interesting. Remember when the athletes was falling on a field? After running and shit, I got family and shit that's motherfucking, he got a heart condition now because he couldn't go to the military because he had a heart condition. I was like, yo, he got vaccinated. That's not what it is. He always had that heart condition. Nigga, y'all can say whatever the fuck y'all want to say to me. I know what the truth is. Y'all are in denial to the truth because of what you succumb to. That ain't got shit to do with me. That got everything to do with politics and the motherfucking Epstein files. Because when it started coming out, how many motherfuckers are dying from this shit? How many motherfuckers have developed dementia? How many motherfuckers have developed different diseases that have exacerbated since they got the shot? Now niggas is fucked up. But I was saying this shit the other day. Well, not the other day, but back in the day when it was happening. I said, motherfuckers is flies is dropping like humans, nigga. Like, that's how the COVID vaccine was taking niggas out. Johnson & Johnson didn't stand a chance. Niggas was dying all ripped from that one. You feel what I'm saying? It wasn't even close. Moderna had a little bit, but Pfizer was hit and miss. But Moderna was the one that was actually the most stable and shit. But all of them, it was fucking niggas up. Me personally, I feel like Moderna was time released. It was an experiment. It was an experiment. We know that. You feel me? It was a whole fucking experiment. And Johnson & Johnson was the most potent. It was just like, nigga, Johnson & Johnson, you don't need boosters. You get one shot and now you dead. Johnson & Johnson was taking, these niggas couldn't even get baby powder right. And you let them get a vaccine. This is why I breathe so heavy, because it's like, they don't have a cure for cancer. They don't have a cure for HIV. They don't have a cure for AIDS. They don't have a cure for, well, they got gonorrhea and syphilis and shit, but they don't have a cure for a lot of diseases. COVID showed up and in a month they had a vaccine for the shit. Nobody thought that was fucking suspicious. Nobody decided, hold up, wait a minute, nigga. What trials have you taken this shit through? Like, this is a new disease. It just showed up. How the fuck you make a vaccine that fast? It just showed up for you, nigga. We've been talking about this since 2015 in the Epstein files. Between 2015, we said, nigga, we gotta start getting rid of niggas. Literally. But we can't just commit a mass genocide because we're in a digital age. You feel me? The Holocaust was easy. You feel me? The Holocaust was easy to get motherfuckers to go into the bitch and shit and start killing niggas and shit. Why? Because if we did that, we don't have footage. We can't record shit. This whole ICE shit that these niggas did with the ICE and shit, that's all it was. It was a Gestapo. You feel me? But notice that it just disappeared. Epstein files came out and ICE shit just kind of disappeared. Like, ICE, y'all ain't running up on niggas no more, snatching niggas out of homes and shit, separating families and shit no more. Why? Why? Because we're going to stir your emotions up piece by piece while we release these motherfucking files. Like, pay attention to the shit. Like, notice that shit. Like, niggas, like, after the white chick got killed and fucking with ICE and shit, it was like, yeah, we know. If we kill a nigga and shit, ain't nobody gonna care. If we kill a Hispanic motherfucker, ain't nobody gonna care. So much so that the black dude that had got shot just before her and the white dude, they kept leaving them niggas off. I'm like, so you mean to tell me that you want to say, okay, the white girl and then the white dude that I got shot by ICE, niggas wanted to be up and, oh, now ICE has gone too fucking far. The black dude had got shot New Year's Eve. Nobody knew shit about it. You niggas co-opted our shit again. You know what I'm saying? Oh, say her name. No, nigga, that wasn't for her. That wasn't for her. That was for back in 2015, 16 when y'all was killing us then. And y'all didn't give a fuck. When we were saying Black Lives Matter, y'all was saying all lives matter. We understood the politics, nigga. This is politics, nigga. We know how to stir you niggas up. And we know how to keep you niggas stirred up. So now we keep you niggas stirred up. So as we drop shit, you don't pay attention. You feel me? The ICE shit has disappeared. Like, nobody's talking about ICE no more. Did y'all catch that? No. You know why you didn't catch it? Because it was a smooth transition into the Epstein files. Now your emotions and your energies transition. So some of us are still, defund ICE, whatever the case may be. But that hype, that thrill is gone. It ain't on social media no more. The Epstein files is. You feel me? But what's not in the Epstein files that you talking about is you talking about the atrocities for the kids. You feel me? But you're not talking about the COVID shot. Nigga, that shit was in the Epstein files. So it goes into the alley-oop, into the politics. So in the Biden's term, and now we're preparing to make preparing to make America great again. The racists are gonna come out. I told y'all, I don't even remember what season it was, but it was a while back. I was like, yo, racism ain't profitable no more. It ain't profitable no more. Like racism was profitable for a time. You feel me? It was very profitable. It's not profitable anymore. So just, nigga, we're going to test it out to see what's what one more time. But now we're going to flip it. Racism may not be profitable, but racism may not be as profitable as it once was, and it may not be profitable anymore. But racists are profitable. We can make a lot of money off racists. We can't make much money off racism anymore, but we can make a lot of money off racists. So we're going to put the racists on the forefront and, make America great again. Let them sign up for ICE. Let them do all of this other shit. We're going to set this up because we know we're releasing these motherfucking files. We need something very dramatic. We need something very, very dramatic to compare to everything that's going to happen as we release these 3.5. At this point, it's like 7 million, close to 7 million files, 7 million emails. We're going to start to release them piece by piece. You feel me? But we need something that dramatic that's going to take everybody off. That's why ICE killed the white girl and the white man. I don't think y'all understand. For years, they've been trying to get black, like throughout this entire presidency, is like, because what you've always banked on is when trauma hits, when we disrupt the nervous system, when politics kick in and we do what we do, black people will go march. Black people will go protest. Black people will go to the streets. And that will be enough for us to do whatever we need to do to cover up whatever the fuck we need to cover up. Like, I'm gonna let you sit with that. Go back, study the history, nigga. I don't call myself neurodivergent. I don't give myself no fucking bullshit ass terms that they have of, mental shit. Nah, nigga, I'm a human, bro. Like, humans are normal. Like, we're supposed to be in these spaces. Like, we should be able to identify patterns. We should be at a higher order thinking. I'm just have a higher comprehension. You feel me? They got you thinking that something's wrong with you. No, there's nothing wrong with you at all. You feel me? But go back and recognize the patterns. Like, when they talk about Black history, when they talk about the freedom marches, when they talk about, go back and study the entire American history with that moment. You know what I'm saying? Don't just study what we were protesting. Don't just study what we were marching for. Study what the fuck they were hiding on the backside and why they used us to cover it up. You feel me? You often don't know what the fuck was tied to it. And you just realize, nigga, they did use us as a prop. Yes, nigga. Yes, the civil rights movement, all of that shit, nigga, we gonna get y'all niggas in the street. If we get y'all niggas in the streets, we can run our plays. Without nobody paying attention. We can run our plays. You feel me? That's when racism was profitable. That's when racism was profitable. They test the waters and they seen, we gotta make a mean pivot this time. I don't know if y'all remember I don't remember what episode it was, but I was mentioning, or maybe it could have been a post from the old page or whatever. I said, or maybe I was on Threads, but whatever it was, I said, what people don't realize is Black people, we're not being stubborn. We're done. I said, y'all are going to see how done we are. Like, it's not that we don't care. It's not that we apathetic. We're done. We're done. And I think it's because we're finally a generation that realized, nigga, they're using us. You feel me? With the Black Lives Matter shit, I think that's really what triggered it, because to know that we were set up and played out by our own for that, it kind of put into light. Like, it's like, what? Like, she did all of that, made millions and all of this shit, and just disappeared. Funded by George Soros, milked the community for the money and shit, Black Lives Matter and shit, which created an antithesis of all lives matter because racism was still profitable. The reason why racism isn't profitable no more is because it's like, oh, you niggas are serious now. Y'all not going to the streets. They found out with Target. Target fucked around and found out. Said, nigga, these niggas ain't going nowhere. Again, this is what happens when you keep that hierarchy and you keep that mentality of, the CEOs and the people that are in their 70s, 60s, 70s, and 80s and shit, not keeping their ear to the motherfucking streets and not knowing what the streets is saying. So it's like, nigga, we'll weather that storm, nigga. We don't give a fuck. Fuck y'all. You feel me? Oh, y'all are... Oh, no. It's not a boycott. Oh, y'all just don't fuck with us. This is a whole different generation. Now, granted, you still have those motherfuckers that, I got to go to Target or whatever the case may be. Nigga, you ain't supposed to be there. Like, even now, I'm guilty, don't get me wrong, not of Target, but I'm guilty of, I didn't watch the Super Bowl last year, but I did watch Kendrick's performance of the Super Bowl. I'm a Kendrick Lamar fan. Fuck, yeah, I'm gonna watch that shit. But that's it. You feel me? Since Colin Kaepernick shit, niggas be like, every year when my mama called me about, she asked me about the Super Bowl and shit, she'd be like, so who you, I said, I don't watch football. When you start saying, I ain't watched football since Colin Kaepernick. I said, we not supposed to be watching football. What? Why we ain't supposed to be watching football? Because we supposed to be boycotting. I guess I'm the only one that's still doing it. Like, you feel me? But it was, for me, it wasn't a boycott. It's like, okay, here it is for me. You don't fuck with us, I don't fuck with you. That's it. And I think niggas, because like when he brought Jay-Z in and shit, and you feel me? When the motherfucker brought Jay-Z in for the NFL to be whatever he's gonna be and shit, and it's like, okay, now that we know we need niggas to function. No matter what it is we do, we need niggas to function. Straight up. And we can't do it without them. So we're going to bring niggas in when it's time to bring niggas in. You feel me? And so now when you fast forward that to Target, they thought, oh nigga, fuck that. We'll get rid of DEI. We don't need them. Oh shit. White people can't hold us up. Oh shit. White people cannot hold us up alone. Oh nigga. Whoa. Wait. Our bad. Now we ain't gonna backtrack because we gotta stand 10 toes down. And then you get the motherfuckers like Tabitha Brown. There's no shot to her. This is just saying, you know, because you got products in there. And it's like, damn, y'all still got to support y'all people. You got to pick a side. You got to pick a side. And I get it. It's fucked up because it's like, and I'm going to make a connection with that. And it's fucked up because it's like, damn, I did this. I made this business move before that. All right, business changes. It's like, if you want us to support you, you gotta dip out. You feel me? You got to leave. And then you can't because it's like, nigga, I tied my livelihood to this in some way. You feel what I'm saying? I'm not saying that that's like she relied on Target, but it's like you made that alliance. Now, when Target starts to go down, you like, and these are the things that I was like, all right, we done, bro. We done. Like niggas, and it's not even at this point. It's like for those who, it's like, it's not a boycott, nigga. I don't fuck with Target. Me personally, I never shopped at Target. Like, I don't know why. I've never found myself in a position or in a side of town or in anywhere to go to a Target. You feel me? I don't know why. Wherever I've lived and all the places that I've been, Target has never been a place that I will go to. It's never been a place available that close for me to go to. But then there's some people, I got to go to Target. I'm going to go to Target or whatever. I don't know. I just don't fuck with Target. But now Target is finding out that, you know, Target was the first thing that's like, yo, nigga, we're done. We're done. And like I said, from that, when they did the ICE shit, the ICE thing with the killings and the MAGAs and shit and all of that, it's like, you know what? We're gonna get them in the streets. Like, if the white people would have never got killed, the white man and the white woman would have never got killed, the black man would have never came out. Like, you see what I'm saying? Like, he got killed by ICE on January on New Year's Eve. New Year's Eve. And then the two white people got killed right after that. And then all of a sudden they get mounted up and shit. And now it's like, oh, we're going to be like, we need you guys. And I've seen so many tweets and so many posts and shit where motherfuckers was like, we get it, black people. You guys come help us. No, nigga, do what your motherfucking self. We're done, nigga. We're done because the politics, the science and the art of the government realizes, yo, we don't got them no more. We don't got them no more. No matter what atrocity we committed or what we was going to commit on the people or commit in the world, we can always count on black people to go protest if we fucked with them. I know y'all, it's going to really fuck with y'all because now when y'all go back to the Montgomery bus boycott, when y'all go back to the all of the things that were happening, the false flags, that's what I was trying to say earlier. False flags don't mean that something did not happen. It means that something intentionally happened to divert your attention away from something. Yeah, when they bombed us, when they would blow up churches and shit with our little girls in them and motherfucking, and then we'll go, what we go do? We go march. We don't go to war. We go to march. You feel me? We go out in the streets. We protest. They can get the cops out there, spray us with hoses, create history, write it down and say, these people are always marching. These people are always marching. But they won't tell you about the histories that these people were always marching while we was doing some sucker shit. Nobody remembers the sucker shit for every march that happened. But pay attention to it. When Dr. Martin Luther King was responsible for the Montgomery bus boycott, just pay attention to the times and see what was going on within the world at that time, within the United States. You mean to tell me that that piece of history was big enough for one city to control everything that was happening in the country? Nah, what was happening in the country at that time? You feel me? This was one of the things that the Black Panther Party, this is why the Black Panther Party was categorized as a terrorist group, because they simultaneously showed up when the politics was kicking in, and they were telling y'all nigga, y'all fucking with us. It's like these niggas is too smart. They're not just singing "We Shall Overcome." They're not just singing "Kumbaya" and shit. They're not just, out here getting beat. No, nigga, they strapped up telling us the reason why these niggas did this is because they doing this over here in this war and they doing this blah 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 blah. And it's like this is why they want us in the streets. They have microphones. They had microphones out in the streets. You feel me? That's what made them different. You feel what I'm saying? But pay attention to every single time. Now, and this is where the sequence of events comes in. Because now when you get the Black Panther Party and shit and like that, it's, oh nigga, we gonna make sure that anytime that if they do march, we're gonna kill the march in them. Crack epidemic came right after that. After crack, hip hop was developing. Pacification's easy. Everybody's bought. So now when you fast forward to how the Democrats and shit and how all of that shit starts to infuse within the hip hop culture, you feel what I'm saying? Now, when you get to Donald Trump, now when you get to Biden and shit, and these times it's like, let's put these faces there. So now Biden's administration is over. Now we in the Trump administration. We got ICE. We got all of this shit. And it's like, niggas ain't outside. Niggas won't march. These niggas won't go march. What the fuck is going on? Like, we can't get them outside. I had made this thread and it kind of boomed and shit. But when I made this thread, I said, whatever ritual they need black people for, they are failing horribly because we will not go outside. And it's fucking with them because now they have to keep doing more and more and more and more. It got so much that they had to harm themselves just to be able to do it. You would never see motherfuckers kill a white man and a white woman in the streets like that and publicize it to get motherfuckers enraged. And they thought, still with the arrogance, black people will eventually come out to help us. We are done, nigga. Because what was supposed to happen? If we would have went to the streets, did some Black Lives Matter shit, then did all of that shit, how we was doing in 2020 and doing in 2016. If we would have came out and did that shit, the Epstein files would have all been released at once. At motherfucking once. I promise you, bro. The Epstein files would have been released all at once because they didn't have us to put the distraction on to say, oh, they doing more shit in the world and shit. They didn't have that. The Epstein files had to be released how they had to be released. And now that they all out, it's like, oh, well, fuck it. What we're going to do is like, everybody's like, yo, Jay-Z's in the files. Nigga, do you know there's 3 pages of names? I'm not saying Jay-Z didn't do shit. Again, let me reiterate that. I'm not saying, but the politics is if we put Jay-Z up, we can get if we get black people to pay attention, we can make our next play. We don't give a fuck about that shit. Because again, now this is how the Epstein files now is masked by the child trafficking. Now, child trafficking would have never had to come out. These demonic motherfuckers, these satanic motherfuckers, which are who you end up voting for, these are the lesser of 2 evils, my nigga. Donald Trump and Joe Biden's name are both in the Epstein list. And you meant to tell me that you voted for the lesser of 2 evils? Well, you got to pick somebody, nigga. I'd rather not. I'd rather lose friends. I'd rather lose followers. I'd rather lose people and let them walk out my life because I didn't vote than find out that I voted for either one of the niggas that was on the Epstein list. Politics, nigga. Because now you want to move the goalposts. Now you want to move the fucking goalposts. Oh, Jay-Z and Beyonce, they're on the Epstein list. So is Biden and Trump, nigga. The fuck? Both of these niggas is in there. Michelle Obama's in that bitch too. Now you're going to start moving the goalposts. Well, we don't really know. No, we do. Because it's one of 2 things. Either it's for the vaccine and COVID, or it's for eating babies, or it's for trafficking babies and eating them. That's it. Those are the only 2 things that matter in this Epstein files list. You can take your pick which one of these which evil you want to let them be attributed to the lesser 2. But nigga, this is what you did. You feel what I'm saying? This is right here is what you actually linked into and what you're locked in and you tapped into. I ain't got like, don't you, no, you missed me with that shit. You missed me with that shit. So now when you're looking at it like, Democrats and Republicans. Now, this is when we're going to start trying to bring this home. Democrats and Republicans are both under the same umbrella to the core. You dig what I'm saying? Both of these motherfuckers are operating from a perspective of, you know what? We were a part of the lesser of the 2 evils, but we're a nation under God. And you niggas was affiliated with motherfuckers who actively said they were pedophiles having sexual rituals with children, demonic satanic rituals with children in some way, shape, or form. Now, if the motherfuckers like, you know what? Well, they may not have been tied to the sexual satanic rituals with the children, but they was a part of the COVID, which is another motherfucking ritual. I told niggas for a long time, I said, if you took COVID, if you took the vaccine, you'll take the mark of the beast. If we're talking about the vaccine, if we're talking about COVID-19 and the vaccine being listed in the Epstein motherfucking files, the Epstein files is tied to satanic, demonic pedophiles and, you know, satanic worshipers who are sacrificing children and shit. And this is what I was talking about when I was talking about the Bible. But if we're talking about these things, it's like, who are you really worshiping for real, for real? Because you're serving the same God as these motherfuckers. Oh, no, my God doesn't. No, these are the niggas that gave you your religion. Because this is a cult, my nigga. This is a cult, my nigga. This is a cult that began with Abrahamic religion. Yeah, this is why you get punished for saying Zionism and all this other shit, nigga. This is a cult built off Abrahamic religion. Because the God of your enemy is your devil. So now when you're telling people, oh yeah, I can put to the sword all men, women, children, and cattle because my doctrine says I can do that shit. And I can take the virgins for myself and I can have all the rituals that I want. You really think you niggas that are Christians and shit, you niggas follow a religion that tells you to drink blood and eat flesh. That's cannibalism. The entire premise of a baptism is metaphorically, yeah, he's in the water, but it's to be dipped in the blood. This is why you niggas say you have to be covered by the blood of Jesus. Why? Why is blood so motherfucking important? Why is blood so motherfucking important in Christianity rituals and also in satanic rituals? But then when you look at Satan and his other name being Lucifer, and Lucifer being the bringer of light, and Jesus being the light in the way, somehow you got to start wondering what you really worshiping, my nigga. Why didn't Jesus protect these babies? What if he was the Pied Piper to make sure the babies got there? I don't know. I'm just saying. This is why I say, you know, you got to understand religion for what it is. You dig what I'm saying? But again, it's all Abrahamic. It's all Abrahamic. I'm not just putting the onus and saying Christianity's fucked up. No, niggas, this is Abrahamic shit. This is Abrahamic shit. It's Islamophobe. It's shit goes off like this in Islam. Islam just knows how to shut the fuck up about it. You feel what I'm saying? Islam will shut the fuck up about it. Christianity, because white people are in it, they have a braggadocious aspect to the shit. You feel me? But all of these motherfuckers is fucked up. All of these motherfuckers is fucked up. So now, like I said, you have to pick which evil did you really align with? Or do you align with both of them? And don't even know that you align with both of them. Because not only do you support the artists and the celebrities who are in this motherfucking list, you also support the politics that are in this motherfucking list. And then the politics who use these artists and celebrities in this motherfucking list. So when you voted for the lesser of two evils, you feel me? How does your conscience now sit with that? Because now niggas is looking at me like, I remember, I'm telling you, I lost motherfuckers and motherfuckers cut me off. Motherfuckers blocked me and all kinds of shit because I said I didn't vote. Oh, you stupid, this, that, and the third. How does it feel to know that you voted for the lesser of two evils and these are the two evils? Oh my goodness, nigga. Yo, how does it feel to know that you voted for the lesser, whichever one you deem is the lesser? How does it feel to know that these are the two evils? It's either the mass genocide, and it's not even, it's eugenics. The mass eugenics genocide of the politics side, you feel me, from your vote, or the Epstein list of child trafficking and pedophilia and child sacrifice and satanic rituals. Which evil is less to you? Which evil are you more comfortable with knowing that you aligned with, huh? This is why I talk shit. This is why I mentioned the 92% and the 78%. Brag all you want to. I get it. You voted Democrat. You didn't want Trump or whatever the case may be. But that means that you was aligned with the genocidal side of the vaccines or whatever. Whether you got the shot or not, you was aligned with the shit. You got to eat that shit. Oh, you voted for the president who's in the Epstein file, nigga. Biden's in these motherfuckers too, nigga. So what's the other evil? Now, which is less evil to you? This is what I be saying. Nigga, it ain't no morality for me. It ain't no less for me. There is no lesser or two evil when it's evil. I'm not fucking with none of it. My soul is good. I can walk away from this shit knowing that, hey, I didn't vote for any of these niggas. I'm not. That can't be stamped to me because now you have people having to justify the shit. Well, I didn't know, so I made up. Exactly. It's politics, nigga. You're not supposed to fucking know. It's fucking politics. It works. That's how the fuck it's supposed to work because it's the science and the art of the government. Science is to know. Government is to take the skill and practice and apply it. And the government is mind control, the authority and rule of the mind. Nigga, you ain't supposed to know that shit. You're supposed to pick the lesser of two evils and never realize that you're worshiping the motherfucking devil the whole time. Oh, nigga, you think because you going to church and you covered by the... No, nigga, you're not. That's just to make you feel good. Because now everybody's like, okay, the list is out. What do we do? How niggas ain't gonna do shit because they have a side to pick. They have a side to pick. Now you're at, and this is what politics is designed for. This is why you have, if you look at the Constitution, when George Washington said, don't do political parties, bro. They said, nigga, fuck that. We're gonna do political parties. Because now if we do political parties, that creates a buffer that protects us. Because rather than niggas coming together and saying, these niggas is evil, it's like, yo, my side is less evil than yours. That's all niggas is arguing about now. Niggas is now moving goalposts for pedophiles. Niggas is now moving goalposts for genocidal maniacs. Niggas is moving the goalposts because it's like, you know, what do we do? And they made sure that they created a system that they can't be touched in. Niggas be thinking, oh, it came out. So how does it doesn't stop. They just wanted to see what you can do about it. Because at this point, the only thing you can do is revolt. And you can't. You can't. You're not healthy enough to revolt. You're not literate enough to revolt. You're not in a position to do anything that would cause them. Like they have you by the balls, nigga. Because you're in debt. We're all in debt to everything. You feel what I'm saying? And they made sure that you were in debt to everything. Niggas be like, yo, Bill Gates should whatever. No, you can't stop using Windows. You need Windows for everything. If you got to type that paper for school, nigga, you need Windows, you need Microsoft Word. Got to do that PowerPoint, Microsoft PowerPoint. You feel me? Got to do that spreadsheet, Excel. Yeah, you can go to a different platform, but you have what? You have, what operating systems do you have? Linux, Windows, Apple. How many niggas know what Linux is? The fuck? So it's either Windows or Apple for the most part. The fuck? That's all you have to choose from? That's all you have to choose from. Now you have to pick a side, nigga. You feel me? Jeff Bezos, nigga. You feel me? Oh, he's there too, nigga. You're not gonna stop your Amazon Prime subscription because now you can order shit and get it fast. The fuck? You ain't stupid, nigga. You ain't stupid at all. You feel me? You're stuck. You're fucking stuck. So while they're while they out here telling us, yeah, you can do this, or you can't do this, or you can't do, like, everybody wants to revolt. Everybody wants to say, okay, what do we do now that the Epstein file? Niggas, you see what niggas is going to do. You know how you know what niggas was going to do? Because they already did it when they voted and they consciously chose the lesser of two evils. You're seeing them still choose the lesser of two evils now. You feel me? Niggas moving the goalposts. Oh, well, you got to think about it too, because they did still help people. You feel me? The bitch came out and said, and I'm saying the bitch because this was really some bitch shit. The bitch came out and said, if we hold everybody accountable, the U.S. government collapses. Niggas talking about, well, that's the point. No, it's easy to say the point when you're thinking like a 12-year-old. You're not thinking like an adult. Because you don't comprehend this situation as an adult. Why? Because 54% of the adults in America only read at a sixth grade reading level. That means they think like 12-year-olds. So it's easy to say, shut this shit all the fuck down and shit. And it's like, wow, we don't realize how much has to be shut down. Our jobs, our livelihoods, we don't think about all of the shit that has to happen to us. Then the kids and all of this, like, if it all shuts down at one time, are you sane enough to do anything different? But I'm glad that point was mentioned about, you know, what happens with the like, if all of this shit happens, what happens with the stocks and how does, you know, it's like the Dow Jones went up. It broke 50,000. NASDAQ, like, the markets is still fucking moving, nigga. So now niggas is like, yo, why did you learn? Now you see. For moments like these, because I see a bigger picture, I'm able to see something different. We're at the start of a 5-year candle. From 2020 to 2025, that 5-year candle closed. You feel me? Now we're in the next 5-year candle, in the middle of a 10-year candle. Like, these niggas this is big money moving right now. They needed a lot of people to start pulling money out of the markets, but they needed people to sell to. How do you get people to buy? How do you get people to sell off their stocks? You have to create an event massive enough to say, you know what? I don't want no parts of this. Bitcoin dropped. You feel what I'm saying? Now, Bitcoin dropped, Dow Jones went up. Do y'all niggas see what I was saying? Like, I've been telling y'all this for a long time. If you fuck with the EWE, if you fuck with Master the Market, I told y'all, the money moves between Forex, the Forex, the stock market, and then the crypto. When crypto dropped, it moved all the money back into the stock market to make shit rise. Niggas is still worrying about the Epstein files. Now, I'm not saying don't, but at the same time, you got to start putting yourself in a position to say, you know what, this is a game of Monopoly, my nigga. This event that just happened, the release of the Epstein files, imagine it like a chance or a community chess card. The Epstein files list just dropped. Do not pass go. Do not collect $200. Nigga, the fuck? You're going to get out. You feel me? The Epstein files list just dropped. Pay each payer this, that, and the third. Nigga, all of this shit is designed for this. They put this shit in motion, bro. Like, this Epstein list, like, the nigga off itself, like this, and this is another thing. People like, well, they're not gonna be prosecuted. They can't be prosecuted because the only nigga that can convict them and tell is him. He's dead. But we got all of the files. Yes, you have all of the files of the conversation between him. He has to corroborate everything and he can't. That's how the law works, my nigga. Like, niggas think the nigga just committed suicide in the cell. No, nigga, they killed him because they knew that this was coming out. They knew at some point somebody's going to release this shit. And when they do, the only nigga that can testify, we got to make sure he dead. And that nigga dead now. Because when it's delivered, even when you have that evidence, it's still delivered as hearsay because he can't verify it. Now, I get it. They've locked niggas up for less. You feel what I'm saying? With no evidence, no nothing and shit like this. But there's too much money involved. Way too much money involved. And with all this money, they need a conviction. They need somebody to come and testify against them. And the only nigga that can testify against them is dead. Even though they have all of this nigga's emails. All it is conversations. Conversations, cryptic conversations. Yeah, we know, okay, yeah, these niggas was doing some wild shit to kids. But at the same time, can you prove it? You see what I'm saying? Like, I'm not trying to downplay it. I'm not trying to sugarcoat it. I'm telling you how this system fucking works. The politics of all of this shit. It's the science and the art of the government. And I'm gonna keep reiterating this definition and then breaking down the definitions within the definition, because it's to know and to apply the skill to rule with authority over the mind. That is the science and the art of government. That's politics, my nigga. That's politics. And if I can manipulate the situation in my favor, no matter what it is, it'll always be in my favor. You niggas voted for the lesser of two evils. And now you see what those two fucking evils are. You feel what I'm saying? It's like you have to eat that too. And I'm gonna say this and I'm gonna wrap it up. And this goes back to the top of this shit, and it goes to Abrahamic religions. When people talk about they're Israelites, I don't. This is the final piece of this shit. If in fact you are an Israelite, you have no right to be offended at the Epstein files. Israel was a pedophile. Israel was a motherfucking pedophile. Most men in the Bible, most of the famous figures or whatever, most of these niggas were pedophiles. Sick motherfuckers. You feel what I'm saying? Israel was a pedophile because he was Jacob or whatever, but Israel's a pedophile because what he did was he said, when I'm going to sit by this well, this goes back to reading comprehension, and we're going to bring this shit off full circle. I'm going to sit at this well, and the first woman that comes up, I'm going to take her as my wife. Rachel is the first woman that comes up. Sounds so beautiful because they don't put the actual ages in the shit. They don't put the numbers in there. They only put the numbers of the men. That's very important. They only put the numbers of the men. They rarely put the numbers of the women, but they put the age numbers of the men. The reason why is because these niggas was pedophiles. They will be what we consider pedophiles today, because when Rachel came down to the well to get the water, he said, oh, this is the most beautiful girl I've seen. She's going to be a beautiful woman I've seen. She's going to be my wife. Rachel was 12 fucking years old. How do you know? Because at that time and in that culture, the women, the people in the fields who went to go fetch water were adolescent girls between the ages of 11 and 13. I get it. Well, she might not have been 12. She could have been 13. Nigga, who the fuck cares? Jacob was 40, nigga. He was fucking 40 sitting at a fucking well. So now you have a decision to make. Because this is where the layers come in. Because you're aligned with something spiritually. And you're now mentally against it. And it's the same shit. Because now it's like, am I really mad at the Epstein files? Am I really mad about pedophilia and all of this shit? But I still want to acknowledge that I come from some shit that justifies this shit. Because now when you say, okay, I want to be in the number, I want to get, like, what's the number? The number is nothing but the 12 tribes of Israel, all divided into 12, 144,000. So if you're going to be in the number, you have to acknowledge that you're one of the 12 tribes of Israel. To be one of the 12 tribes of Israel, you have to acknowledge that your father's a fucking pedophile. And he's one of the worst ones because he worked 14 years to get a 12-year-old. She was 26 when they actually married and shit, nigga. He worked 14 years to get a 12-year-old. Who the fuck cares if she was an adult by the time it happened? He started that shit when she was a kid. And now you want to look at the Epstein files and say that these niggas is wrong. These niggas is wrong for looking at girls like that. These niggas is this, that, and the third. And yes, I'm saying they're wrong, but this is also a man who's saying that I don't fuck with religion for this shit. There's no in between for me. There's no either, you know what I'm saying? I don't fuck with that shit. This is genocide. This is all this fucking, this is some sick shit. And these people are doing satanic rituals. You feel me? Satanic rituals will only be possible if you understood Christianity. Fuck. You feel me? This is why I can't be affiliated with none of that shit. But this is why I have to ask y'all niggas. It's like, which side are you picking? Because politics is the science and the art of mind control. Or government, which is mind control. You feel me? You pick the lesser of two evils. You feel me? You picked the lesser of two evils when you made that vote. You picked the lesser of two evils. Now, are the evils really lesser than you thought?
And don't forget to check out Cafe Clothing, formerly Just Scenes merch. Get all of your intricate designs crafted specifically for the melanated being to develop a positive imagery within self and to have a little bit of fun in the process. From the peace, love, knowledge, and freedom to the dead horses and water designs, all of the styles are crafted for the imagery to make you feel as you're supposed to feel. Because as I always say, the best way to fit in is to stand out. And what better way to stand out than with your exclusive styles from Cafe Clothing.
All right. I'm going to go ahead and end it there, bruh. That's politics. Politics as usual. But it's deep, nigga. I don't look at this shit. I don't look at this fucking bullshit ass plane from the surface, nigga. The fuck is you talking about, bro? Like, this shit is trash. And this shit is some fucked up shit. Like, this is what our babies got to go through, my nigga. The fact that we're succumbing to politics as children. Because we don't even know what the fuck politics are. We just think it's two fucking niggas against each other. And now because of our politics, we have to look at, you know what? I don't agree with you, so I still stand on what I stand on. And if you stand on what you stand on, you got to realize, if you stand on what you stand on, you got to accept the evil that is backed by that it's backing. If you voted for Biden from 2020 to 2024, I get it. You didn't want to vote for Trump or whatever the case may be. You're responsible. The blood of the people that have got vaccinated is on your hands. Simple. The genocide that occurred with transgender people that can't go back, that is now the bill has been crafted and shit, that genocide is on your fucking hands. If you voted for Trump, you feel what I'm saying? The Epstein files and all of that shit, like what's coming out, that's on your fucking hands. ICE, all of that shit, that's on your fucking hands. That's the evil you chose. But you chose evil. That's what gets me. That's my biggest thing about the politics of it all. And that's my biggest thing about everything. You chose an evil. Forget which evil you chose because it was lesser. You chose an evil, my nigga. When you look at me and say, you gotta trust my integrity, you gotta trust my morality, you gotta trust my reality because I chose not to vote, I have to question yours because you chose an evil. Straight like that. Straight like that. And this, I'm specifically talking to a motherfucker that I know likely is listening to the podcast that claim they don't fuck with me no more. But I'm specifically talking to you because how you gonna get mad at me because I chose not to vote, because I chose not to do something and you did. I didn't choose an evil. You did. You feel me? Now look at the evil that you chosen. Look at the evil that you chose. You feel what I'm saying? Look at the evil that you stand on. Look at the evil. You got to own that shit. That's on your motherfucking hands. But when you see that all of the evils run concurrent the same way, even if you didn't vote for a nigga, you still voted for a nigga. Because these niggas have been talking about the vaccine. These niggas have been talking about everything since 2015, 2017. It's a circle, nigga. It's a big ass cycle and it's a circus, nigga. And these niggas is playing with you. Yeah, you may have voted for Biden and didn't vote for motherfucking Trump, so you don't fuck with anybody who's a Trump supporter, nigga. Yeah, you may have voted for Trump and didn't vote for Biden, so you don't fuck with anybody who's a Biden supporter. But you niggas all chose evil. That's what I got the problem with. Fuck who you picked. You picked evil, nigga. The fuck? The fuck? Like what? Like you want a cookie for that? I picked the lesser evil though. You picked fucking evil, my nigga. The politics made you pick evil. You don't even see the evil for the name of the evil that you're looking at. You feel what I'm saying? Now you succumb to the evil because not only did you pick the person that gave you the evil, now you have to be a part of the evil that you picked. How many people did you encourage to get vaccinated? How many vaccinations and boosters have you gotten? How many people have you watched die because of this shit? It's on your hands. That's the evil that you picked. You feel me? When the bitch and I decided to say bitch because it is some bitch shit. When the bitch that called the police on called ICE on the motherfucking Hyundai workers and shit, and then Hyundai packed up and took jobs. Took jobs, nigga, out of the country and said, fuck y'all niggas, bro. Bitch want to call and say it's illegal immigrants and shit. You took a whole facility of jobs away from the economy. Because you was a Trump supporter. You got to wear that shit, bro. If you voted for Trump, you got to wear that evil. You feel what I'm saying? And now that the Epstein files list came out and then COVID is in the Epstein files list as well, you got to wear that evil, my nigga. You got to wear all that evil. Yep, and I'm going to talk shit about the evil that you wore. So I don't give a fuck about you talking about, oh, you don't trust me because I don't fucking vote or whatever the case may be. I don't trust you because you did. You'll pick evil. And you openly tell me that you openly told me and showed me that you'll pick evil. And these are the evils that you picked. But I didn't vote for Trump. I didn't vote for Trump. I voted for Biden. I voted for Kamala Harris. I'm in the 92%. I'm in the 78%. Who the fuck cares? This is what you voted for. Because the chances are if you're in that 92% and that 78% and you voted for Kamala Harris, you also voted for Biden in his previous term, which was what? When niggas got vaccinated, which is in what? The fucking Epstein files. You can't move the goalpost, nigga. Not with a nigga that can dunk. I'm telling you. Every time you move that goalpost, I'm going to jump higher and higher because I can go there. Now you got to own that shit. Wear that shit. That's how we going to get forward. That's how we going to get forward. We keep pointing the motherfucking finger. Oh, but I don't support eating kids. Or you support genocide, my nigga. You were genocided. You feel me? You got vaccinated. And if you vaccinated or whatever the case may be, and you even got your boosters, I don't give a fuck. If your feelings are hurt, your feelings are hurt. This is what you decided. This is an evil that you chose to choose. The fuck you want me to do about it? Feel sorry for your ass? Fuck no, you ain't no fucking child. The real children are the motherfuckers that are in the Epstein files, that were calling on Jesus and he never came. That have their blood drank, that been eaten, that been castrated, that been everything. These are the babies this is the shit that we got to deal with. But it's also tied because it's married to fucking COVID, nigga. These things go hand in hand. Yes, I get it. Now, I'm gonna say this and I'm going to start trying to wrap it up. Now, I get it. What we like with the Epsteins, they've been doing shit since the early 90s, yes. And ever since Ever since fucking technology came out, there's always been an advanced flu that came out with it. You feel what I'm saying? Every single moment. We got COVID. We got flu. We got H1N1. We got SARS. We have, the list goes on. We have a lot of flus and a lot of respiratory illnesses that often come up when 1G, 2G, 3G, 4G, 5G have all been released. You feel what I'm saying? Now we got RSV, we got all of these different things, and they all come out with a new release of a G. Wait till 6G come out. You'll see how this motherfucker play out. But now you're going to continue to pick the lessons of the two evils. These shits are married, my nigga. These shits are fucking married. This Epstein file will show you just how politics really fucking work, my nigga. If you don't get it now, you'll never get it. Because now, even the Pope was in this motherfucker, bro. The Pope was in the name of the Pope was in the Epstein list, my nigga. The Pope. Now, when you wonder why I say the Roman Empire never fell, that bitch rebranded. When Romans used to go to fucking war and shit, they used to always use lovers to go to war. Homosexuality was very big in the Roman Empire and shit. The Roman Empire didn't die. That bitch rebranded and started wearing red, white, and blue. The fuck? And they set up base right here in the Americas. That's it. That shit left Rome. That's why you still have the Olympics. That's why you still have all of the shit. They've been doing this. They never stopped. And this is the shit that you have to deal with. These are politics. And I'm going to go ahead and end that shit there. Go kiss your babies. Make sure they eat their vegetables. And our kids, protect them. Protect them. Protect them. As an adult, as their guide, as their protector, as their provider, as whatever it is to them, you need to be able to be on point so much so that you can see the illusions of the shit. Politics is just the beginning, my nigga. If you don't understand politics, your children they're going to be, the Epstein list and shit, that's the worst of what happens when we're not able to protect our kids. Education systems, the Boy Scouts, all of this shit's been going on for years. Years, nigga. Years, nigga. Same fucking shit. This shit is run by fucking pedophiles, nigga. Pedophiles and homosexuals. I ain't gonna say pedophiles and homosexuals. Pedophilic homosexuals, because that's really what it is. These two things go hand in hand, my nigga. That's what the problem has always been. I ain't got no problem with you being gay, but I got a problem with you being a gay homosexual. I got a problem with you being a gay pedophile. You feel me? Because it's the pedophile part. The fuck? Give a fuck what you do with adults, nigga. It's a problem when you do it with kids. And our babies are always at the mercy of this shit. For 8 hours a day, we have no idea what our kids are doing. For 8 hours a day, we have no idea where our kids are. Well, I know I sent them to school. Yeah, you sent them to school. What the fuck is happening at that school? You don't know. You just have to trust that everything is okay. You know how easy it is for a pedophile to walk up into a school to become a teacher? You know how that's where most of the pedophiles are? In places where a lot of kids are? Because it's easy, my nigga. It's fucking easy. Protect your motherfucking babies, but understand politics, nigga. Fuck a political fucking party. Understand, because it's not a fucking party. It's politics. And politics is the science and the art of fucking government. They have this shit down to a science and an art, my nigga. If you don't see it, your babies are going to suffer. And they're going to continue to suffer. And they're going to go through some shit that you have never seen before. Fix that. Fix that. Tying it back to the, go fucking learn to read, nigga. Get your shit up to the esoteric level so you can see this shit, nigga. This is just politics, bro. This is politics. It's the science and the art to control the mind, to make sure that whatever it is that they do and they put into this world, you can't stop. And you won't stop it. So you don't. But I'm going to go ahead and end it there. Go kiss your babies. Make sure they eat their vegetables, and I'm going to see y'all all on the next one. Peace, love, knowledge, and freedom. I'm out.